Hi, this is a video demonstration of the Genesys Workspace Connector for Salesforce. This is the product that is a desktop only integration between Workspace and Salesforce, and it's developed by Genesys Professional Services. This is the recommended option for existing Workspace users, as it really is minimal impact, as it has no effect on the interaction handling tool, and only the CRM part of the agent's desktop would be changing out in a migration, for instance, from ICE to Salesforce. As mentioned, this does integrate client side only. There isn't a server side integration involved in this product, and allows Genesys to pop Salesforce when interactions arrive, and also when interactions clear down, writing activity passed over during the wrap-up phase in Workspace. It does retain all of the existing functionality of Workspace, so if the users have been using Workspace for some time, none of that functionality will disappear. It will be a pretty seamless transition over to the new CRM, and it really requires no additional infrastructure as well. This is a software-only solution, in integration on the desktop between Workspace and Salesforce. Therefore, we don't need to support that with any other additional equipment to support the functionality. I'm now going to orientate you to the demonstration. Here I have a Workspace Desktop Edition client running on my demonstration machine here. And you can see also Salesforce in console mode. The first thing that I'll point out is there is a Workspace plugin block down here, which is green. That is indicating a healthy connection to Workspace. If that's red, that would be showing an issue and a broken connectivity between the two. It's green, so we're good to go ahead with the demonstration. And in the demo, I'll quickly just put in a voice call and a chat session just to show you the interoperability of the two clients in a voice and a digital interaction. So I'll just quickly orientate you to Workspace as well, for those who are watching the video that maybe haven't seen Workspace Desktop Edition in action. It operates here in its kind of dormant mode as a toolbar, and there are a number of things you can do here. So this is where I can see all of the channels that I'm able to handle. It's also where I can set my status, whether I'm ready or not ready to take interactions. There's various other help menus here as well, but just looking down the list, the ability to manage my campaigns, my outbound campaigns that I'm working on, statistics, channels, contact center statistics, and it also acts as the email response management system for the email channel as well. But first thing I will do is place a call into the environment, and what here is a few levels of IVR. We'll just navigate through those until we get the call popping up and the screen pop. So we'll place a call in, and then we'll just take a listen as we progress through the IVR menus.
Since you're calling from a phone number in your profile, you've been automatically logged in. So let's get started. Welcome, Vic Fairley. Main menu. To check your account balance, press 1. To pay bills, press 2. Transfer funds, press 3. Review transactions, press 4. Schedule you selected transfer to an advisor. We can provide you with visual assistance during this call. Are you currently on a smartphone with data access? If yes, press 1. If no, press 2.
So I just selected to go straight through to an agent.
All of our advisors are busy at the moment, but we'll be with you shortly.
And what you'll see first there is a toast pop-up that has some information that we've collected about the incoming call. I'll accept that, and then the next thing you'll see is the pop into Salesforce. So it's identified me from my CLI information, my calling line identity coming in on the phone. It's done the lookup through the desktop, through the plugin, and popped my associated contact record. You can then also see that Workspace has sprung into life. We now have the telephony controls, so that what you'd expect to see here is end call, transfers, conference holds, etc., the normal kind of control functions you'd expect to see. I can expand this and look at some more functionality within the Workspace Desktop. One important thing to note here as well is that I do have the ability to actually interact with different CRMs for different calls. In my demonstration here, we have Sugar CRM embedded into the Workspace Desktop, which also pops up a contact record as well as the Salesforce record. So just important when considering migration between CRM solutions that the Workspace Desktop will be able to handle a situation where Sugar CRM, ICE as a CRM system is in operation, and there may be situations where a agent may need to handle one interaction on ICE and then the following interaction on Salesforce. That would be supported using the Workspace Connector. Other things that I can do here is really kind of dispositioning the call and writing notes that can be transferred over to Salesforce. So I can select a wrap-up code or a disposition code, and I can write some notes here. This could be done straight into Salesforce as well, but I'm just demonstrating the capability of the integration. And I can save that. And when I hang the call up and mark done, you'll see a second pop in Salesforce, which is now my task that's been created. You can see this is the inbound call that we've just been dealing with, that the comment section has been filled with the notes that I typed into Workspace, and the call result has also been captured here as processed. So that's very, very simply at a very high level the integration. You have a screen pop when the interaction arrives, and then the creation of a task at the end of the interaction also. What I can also show here is I go back to the contact record that click to dial is supported. So I can go to the telephone number that's on record. I can click on that from within Salesforce, and you'll see that that has activated Workspace through the integration. And now, in fact, my phone is ringing here on my desk. I'll just clear that down. Mark done. And then you'll see obviously the task then pop up that there's been an outbound dial. So the next interaction I can show you is a chat session. This is a mock-up of a internet bank that's called GBank. It's one that we use for our demonstration purposes, and just allows me to put different interactions into our demonstration environment. The one I'm going to use today is web chat. So I click on the web chat widget. I'm going to be able to collect some information, and this would be configurable in your environment. But the key one here is just collecting the email address, and that is what is going to trigger the screen pop in Salesforce. I'll start the chat and initiate that. I'll go back to our view of Salesforce and my agent, and if I just clean up the screen in the background, it'll be a little bit easier to see. So now I have the toast pop-up of the web chat. I can accept that, and then we can go to the Workspace Desktop, open that out, and you can see that an incoming chat has been captured. And again, because this is the fully functional Workspace Desktop, I can use some of the standard tools within it. So for instance, one of the ones that gets used quite often with web chat is the standard response library. I'm just going to go to that, open that up. I can use, in this case, just a generic welcome message just to get the conversation going. Back with the customer now, I can see that I've been answered by my agent, who's Agent Josephine, and I can start my question. As this is a banking environment, I'll just ask a banking related question. I'm back with the agent now. I can see that I've started that conversation on chat. I can use some of the standard response library again. I can search for the appropriate answer, drop that into the chat, and have that sent back to the customer. At the end of the interaction, it's assuming that our customer has been serviced sufficiently and they are happy with the outcome. They may choose to end the chat and clear that down. On my agent desktop, I'll then go into a wrap-up mode, and I can press done there, or I can actually enter disposition codes as I did in the voice channel, and some notes as well. So I can save that, mark done, and then I'll see the interaction, the activity then pop into Salesforce, and again you see that the notes were passed over to Salesforce, and the actual chat transcript was as well as the call result. That concludes the demonstration for the Workspace Connector for Salesforce. Just as a reminder, this is the version of the integration that is developed and supported by our Genesys professional services. We see this as the minimal impact option for existing Workspace users, as the interaction handling client Workspace doesn't change. It would be the CRM part of the agent desktop that would change out, so it retains the existing functionality that the users would have become accustomed to. It does not require any additional infrastructure as well, and this really we see as probably the recommended approach as a first step when implementing Salesforce, as it retains the functionality and the usability, and does not require the user to have to learn two new sets of software, the interaction handling and the CRM. Hope this has been useful. If there are any more questions, please contact myself, Vic Fairley, at Genesys.